What are the challenges and threats that a typical commercial pilot faces doing his or her job?
What the?
Well, it's interesting to ask that question because that's actually one of the things that we include in our brief every time we depart in this aircraft. We will talk about the departure route. We'll talk about the thrust setting for that day. We'll talk about the airport in particular. And then one of the things that the captain always brings up is, all right, guys, gals, what are the threats today? Any threats? And I use that word actually. And then we'll talk about things like, hey, we didn't get a lot of sleep last night, or we got too much sleep last night, or over here in London, England, we're separated by a common language. And many times the language barrier is significant, especially here in the Scottish controllers. If you've ever heard a Scottish controller, sometimes they're pretty hard to understand. So the language barrier is one, fatigue is another one. The weather that day, there's lots of things that could be potential threats, even something that might be going on in your personal life at home. Those are all things that we open up to each other about and we talk about and we acknowledge before we go flying. Now you know. I'm Captain Steve. Fly safe.